मिली नहीं मिलेगी।
Yard sale! Yard sale! Ah, someone's coming! Bye, Woody. Think. किसके पास कुछ है क्या? नाव या रस्सी? उसको बचाएंगे यार। ऐसा मत बोलो। Okay, boy, to the yard sale. Yeah!
Now I love RRR even before knowing this, but after knowing this, my love for it multiplied exponentially. Now last year I was in a writers boot camp. ये writers लोगों का workshop है जैसे. अब ये organize किया था सुपर फैट स्टूडियोज़ ने. ये एक अपकमिंग प्रोडक्शन हाउस है मुंबई में. वहाँ पे एक बहुत अच्छे टीचर थे, कैरल सेगर. He was teaching us the essentials of storytelling. और उसमें से एक चैप्टर बहुत important, फ्रैक्टल स्ट्रक्चर. Now जो भी ये सोच रहा है कि ये फ्रैक्टल स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, it's when a smaller part of anything has the same essence as that of the bigger part. It's present all around us in each and everything. और जब आपको ये देखना समझ में आ जाएगा, तब आपको ये बहुत सारी चीज़ों में दिखने लगेगा. बहुत सारे लोग आप में से जो फोटोग्राफर्स होंगे वो उसे गोल्डन रेशियो के तौर पे जानते होंगे. इट्स प्रेजेंट इन ऑलमोस्ट ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ ग्रेट पीसेस ऑफ पेंटिंग, स्कल्पचर्स एंड फोटोग्राफ्स. बट मुझे कभी भी ऐसा नहीं पता था कि ये मूवीज़ में भी हो सकता है. सो हमारे टीचर ने हमें वो टॉपिक समझाने से पहले दिखाई एक हॉलीवुड फिल्म, Toy Story 2. It's one of the best films written by Doug Chamberlain and Chris Webb. While the basic premise of the movie is about Woody, who is a toy, he gets stolen away by a collector. और जब ये होता है तब उसके फ्रेंड बज़ को उसे बचाना होता है. बट somehow एक सीन जो इस मूवी का था वो मूवी के सारे सीन से ज़्यादा बेटर था. It's one of the main scenes of the movie. ये फर्स्ट एक्ट में होता है, ये देखिए. Now see how Woody wakes up and finds Wheezy in the dust. Wheezy tells him how he was discarded in the shelf after getting broken.
The inevitable. We're all just one stitch away from here to there.
Now suddenly Woody notices the yard sale.
Yard sale!
Wheezy is taken by the mom.
Bye, Woody.
Woody decides to rescue Wheezy. अब Woody कुछ और भी कर सकता था, but Woody is the protagonist. He has to take the action. He rides the dog to rescue Wheezy. He rescues Wheezy, but just as he succeeds, the third act of the whole scene strikes. And just as every great character has to pay to get something, here Woody gets stolen and now has to return back. Now, after watching this scene and understanding it within the context of the whole movie, आप समझेंगे कि कैसे ये पूरे मूवी का एक मिनी वर्जन. जैसे इस सीन में वुडी वीजी को बचाने के लिए एक एक्शन लेगा, वैसे ही बस बाद में जब वुडी चोरी हो जाएगा तब उसे बचाने के लिए एक्शन लेगा. सॉरी, चोरी, वो किडनैप हो जाएगा. नाउ वुडी राइडिंग द डॉग इन दिस सीन फोरशैडोज हिम राइडिंग अ हॉर्स इन द एंड ऑफ द मूवी. ये डायलॉग जैसे यहाँ पे
He's selling himself for 25 cents!
Oh, Woody, you're worth more than that.
turns out to be a key plot point. Woody will eventually come to know his real worth in the movie. And just like this whole scene had a surprise, the ending of the film would have a surprise too. It's such good writing. अब देखो, इसी को फ्रैक्टल स्ट्रक्चर कहते हैं. और बहुत सारे ग्रेट मूवीज में तुम्हें ये देखने को मिल जाए कैसे एक छोटा सा सीन जाकर के पूरे मूवी की कहानी लिखता है. पर मुझे नहीं पता था कि ये RRR में भी होगा. Now I don't need to tell anybody about the impact of this movie on Indian cinema. So let's come to the point. So इस मूवी का बेसिक प्रेमाइज क्या है?
क्या जानूं?
जब ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर्स एक लड़की मल्ली को उसके ट्राइब से किडनैप कर देते हैं, उस ट्राइब का गार्डियन कुछ भी करेगा मल्ली को बचाने के लिए. Now let me tell you how SS Rajamouli imbues this basic premise as a concept in this scene. अब इस सीन से पहले राजू और भीम को कोई आइडिया नहीं था कि वो दोनों कौन है. राजू यहाँ लच्छू को ढूंढते हुए पहुंचा था जो कि भीम का दोस्त है, एंड भीम who, as we all know, has come to Delhi for Malli. And just as his initial motivation, here too, he is motivated to save the child.
नाव यार ऐसी उसको बचाएंगे यार अरे ऐसा मत बोलो ना भाई साहब
अब इस सीन से पहले हमें कोई अंदाजा नहीं था कि रामचरण एक अच्छा आदमी है. To this point, he is mostly shown as beating his fellow countrymen. For most of the audience, he is a villain. But यहाँ वो कुछ ऐसा करेगा जो अभी तक हमने बिल्कुल नहीं सोचा था. He calls Bhim to action to save this child. Now this is important. Him taking the flag, we will come to this later. Both jumps in tandem. Now Bhim catches the kid from the blast, just as he came in this story to save his tribal kid. Now see how he passes the kid to Raju? This foreshadows how Raju, who till now was straight up stoic in his approach, will actually change and save Malli from the Britishers later in the movie. And just as Bhim earlier took the flag to save himself from the fire, he will actually go on to become a freedom fighter and save Raju, thus saving the whole cause he stood for, only after getting inspired by. Earlier, Raju setting the stage on the bridge foreshadows that his plan is going on for years. And it's Bhim who has just entered his story. And the flag foreshadows that his true allegiance has always lied somewhere else. ये इससे भी ज़्यादा deep है. It goes even deeper. Remember the non-verbal call to action? Yeah, even this nature of communications keep repeating. Again and again and again. This scene alone has every thematic shift in RRR. And Rajamouli knows this as he tops it off with the sickest title card ever. Pixar इस आइडिया को अपने हर पिक्चर में बुनता है. जैसे ये सीन देख लीजिए फ्रॉम द इनक्रेडिबल्स, जहां मिस्टर इनक्रेडिबल एक बिल्ली को बचाने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं while the police is chasing the robbers. अब वो ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? उसके कैरेक्टर के लिए सबको बचाना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यही उसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक भी है, यही उसका फ्लॉ भी है. एंड somehow he gets a right moment to do both. एक तीर से दो निशान. While this establishes him perfectly, it also does something interesting. It shows you that in this world, sometimes the universe responds with purpose if you just do the right thing. Later in the movie, the whole family, in order to rescue him from captivity, somehow ends up destroying the biggest supervillain on the planet. Again, by doing the right thing for personal reasons, lead to universe responding back purposefully. Now Pixar has really championed fractal structure. It's kind of storytelling in Hollywood which has been inspired since Billy Wilder days, but it was imbued in Pixar by a guy named Chris Vogler, who, just like the creator of Star Wars, George Lucas, was inspired by the mythologist Joseph Campbell.
About 10 years ago, I set out to write a children's film. I had an idea of doing a modern fairy tale. Stumbled across A Hero with 1,000 Faces. After reading more of Joe's books, I began to understand how I could do this. It was a great gift and a very important moment. If I don't, it's possible that if I hadn't run across that, I would still be writing Star Wars today.
Hero with 1,000 Faces, which detailed the hero's journey in classic mythology. Vogler then created a 7-page memo from that for Hollywood screenwriters. I will put the link to it in the description if anybody wants to read the show. A practical guide to Hero with 1,000 Faces. It talks about what comes together and form the thing that starts to feel like a story. वो कौन से कण हैं जिनके मिलने से एक कहानी का निर्माण होता है. और ये सिर्फ ब्लॉकबस्टर मूवीज में नहीं यूज होता है. जैसे कि ये एग्जांपल देख लीजिए. दिस सीन फ्रॉम द प्रेस्टीज. Magic trick involving a bird is performed, and seemingly the bird is transported to another location. This foreshadows a key plot point in the final act.
Man's reach exceeds his imagination.
But Nolan यहाँ पे एक लेवल आगे लेके जाते हैं. He does something interesting. He reveals a new layer of this original magic trick later and uses it to set up a twist for the end of the story.
You don't really want to work it out. You want to be fooled.
Rajamouli does something similar in RRR. पहले वो हमें राजू की बैक स्टोरी इंटरवल के बाद दिखाते हैं, but he later reveals another layer of it before the end through Sita, which helps him increase the stakes, catapulting us to the final. Now, I don't think Rajamouli specifically took inspiration from Toy Story 2 or The Prestige or The Incredibles. But Toy Story is also, at its heart, is a story about friends coming together and saving each other.
Don't do it, Woody! We love you! Is he out there?
Hold on. He's got something.
It's Wheezy! It's not suicide! It's a rescue!
Rajamouli, through his love for cinema, surely understands the fractal nature of it. How the larger idea of the film has to be reflected in each and every smaller aspect of it.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
क्यों RRR का हर गाना रेवोल्यूशन के बारे में होता है? हर कन्वर्सेशन का एक डुअल नेचर है, राजू के तरह. The theme of fire and water. Once established in the beginning, the theme can start influencing the choices. Like this. His love for animation is evident in his writing. अब ये तो कोई सीक्रेट है नहीं कि राजामौली हॉलीवुड से इंस्पायर्ड है. आप उनकी टॉप 10 मूवीज की लिस्ट ही देख सकते हैं. उसमें 9 हॉलीवुड मूवीज हैं और 3 उनमें से एनिमेटेड फिल्म्स हैं. And once you watch all the 10 films, you will see where is it that he gets his framing from, his sense of music from. How the thread that binds those films are the same thread that binds his films. Rajamouli understands that you can't be successful at this scale without understanding the fundamentals of your craft. So next time you do notice fractal structure in movies, do comment here and tell me what spiraled into what. Thank you for watching this. If you got something out of this video, then you can like and subscribe my channel. If you don't, then tell me why. You have no idea how much it will motivate me.